Okay, that was a little creepy that was moving that learn there. Excuse me, Priscilla. So we obviously just met Priscilla, but also at the same time, we are looking to say, not that, track down one Sir Dandelion. Get Junior is the name of this. Go to the bathhouse and talk to Siggy Reuben. So supposedly, Dandelion got in a little bit over his head, as he often does, and may have made some of the crime lords of Novigrad not so happy with him. So, thanks to the lovely Priscilla, Geralt now knew Ciri and I had struck a deal with Forsen Jr., one of the big four bosses of the Novigrad underworld. It seemed a simple matter of finding this person, having a chat, and getting out of him where to look for me. It's so odd with Dandelion speaking in the first person there. It's like, what? But anyways, in the Novigrad of the time, nothing was simple, and nothing was as it seemed. Okay, so, I mean, that sounds like this is not going to be so straightforward in that case. Oh, there are actually two things here. Count Reuben's treasure is also a main quest, yeah. Question Reuben about Dandelion's disappearance without raising any suspicions. Oh. Okay, good thing we read this one too. Fear gripped the Witcher's heart as he knocked on the bathhouse doors. Okay, well, I mean, we haven't been there yet, but sure, I guess fear is, gripping our heart. He knew that shortly before I disappeared without a trace, I had been planning to rob Siggy Reuben, one of the most powerful and dangerous men in the north. He would have to inquire about my fate without arousing any suspicions, which was a tall order indeed. While Geralt was an excellent, or maybe an excellent wisher, he's one lousy actor. Excuse me. We'll just have to see that. I mean, well, yeah, that might prove to be the real challenge. So, is there anything else we can get out of Priscilla, or anything else we can get out of this room? That might also be helpful. Sure. Hydrate before we hit the road. Ballads and hymns. Fitting. Yes. Is this the one that we've heard a bazillion times? Yes, it is. We've definitely read that a bazillion times. Same there. What's the deal here? The Kingfisher Inn proudly invites you to nightly performance by Priscilla the Calonetta, guaranteed to tug every heartstring. She was a very good performer, that's true. This as well? We'll take the blueberries. Yeah, is there anything else, Priscilla, that we should know about? I assume we asked you about this last time. Looks like that's grayed out, so.
Take care now.
Don't recall specifically. Oh my goodness, you walked through that little stool there, but okay. So, I'm not sure which one of these, technically speaking. I mean, this one, I suppose, we have the first one checked off. Maybe this is one that we're kind of sort of doing now. Or not this here. No, not that. Okay, never mind. In that case, this one is active, yes, but we've not technically started either of them. So they seem like they're obviously very closely related. What I'm getting at is there one that we do before the other? Do we target one instead of the other? Let's just look at where they each point us on the map. So we go here. Oh, it's not far away. Go to the bathhouse. And then alternatively, if we were to say, do this one, is it any different? Or is it just leading us to exactly the same location? Slightly different. Okay. Okay, so it does seem in that case that we will need to choose which one to do first. That is an interesting question. Of course, I was gonna say, Get Junior looked like it was listed before the other one, except now that we've put this as our active quest, suddenly this is at the top of the list, so not really sure we can read into that and all to see which one, if any, we technically should do first. I'm kind of interested in doing this one first, the whole espionage one. It seems like there's probably more riding on, well, it seems like this might directly affect this more than the other way around. So, if we mess this up royally, then this could be tough. If we succeed at this, then we might suddenly find that this gets a lot easier, or at least we have some very useful information that we would have not been able to have otherwise. So, I think let's give it a shot. And how the heck do we get out of here? This door. Hello? Oh, we've spoken to you before.
Wanted to hire a witcher, didn't you?
You were the person behind one of the contracts.
Long past, I acquired an estate east of
Don't
Novigrad.
remember which one it
I got it
was,
on the
but
cheap, you see. The seller was very keen to be rid of it. Now I've learned the building is said to be haunted.
why? That is
Ghosts
so
explain the seller's
unfortunate.
urgency.
I do not believe in ghosts. It is that simple. But my men say the house shakes at night. Walls crumble, while even the floors move about. Is there anything to be done? A remedy for this?
We'll talk to you later.
So long.
I don't remember which one it is, but like I said, we definitely spoke to him before, and it was one of those things that was too high of a level for us. Might now be one of the ones that is remotely possible, but I think I'm interested in pursuing this whole dandelion ordeal, perhaps getting ourselves a little more experience, hopefully leveling up once or twice, and then we'll be in better shape to take some of that other side quest stuff on. And the place is popping right now. Can we interrupt this performance? Hello. I don't know. You also look more like a dancer than you do a bard, but okay, if you say so. Not sure why you as the dancer need to know the difference between A minor and B minor, whatever two notes you said before. Or whatever those are. Keys? I'm not a musician, okay? I don't know. Okay, so a hierarchy square does mean that we could teleport ourselves fairly quickly and easily if we were to just go here. Is there any reason why we'd want to just walk this out? I don't think it's much of a distance. It's not like there's anything listed here at the moment to suggest that we might run into any other quests along the way. You guys were saying that as we do more of the main quest, additional side quests will start to pop up, and we have seen that a bit. That's kind of my hope here, is that by doing a little bit more of this tracking down dandelion stuff, we might find that more things that we do not yet know about will become available to us. And tell you the truth, I mean, just looking at that map right there, sure, we can use St. Gregory's Bridge. It's not that much closer, though. It's kind of right in the middle of those two. So, supposedly it's over here. Just ignore the fact that that tree is very aggressively hitting the side of the bridge here. And I was gonna say, at one point in time, I know this area had a lot of loot, and there was a guard that was making it such that we did not feel terribly comfortable with that. Oh, is this it right here? Oh, where this guard is, in fact. I was hoping that maybe the rain was keeping the guard away, but what is that guy doing? This spot here? What? Huh? Now, surely it's in one of these buildings. Possibly this one? Go through here? Oh. Okay. Except it's locked. Can we go in through a different door? Or is that basically making up our minds for us when we were talking about the whole, well, which one do we do first thing? Do we actually not have a choice right now? Might be the case. Let's just double check. If we can say, like, get in here, that's also locked. I'm tempted to take this. No one get mad at us. Same here. Here? Maybe if we go upstairs, it'll connect to one of those buildings that's locked. Suddenly we'll be able to find ourselves in that location, but I'm skeptical. I'm starting to think we actually will need to go do the other one first. Yeah, there's nothing here. At least nothing we can do at the moment. But I don't think we have much of an option here other than just to take the other one. It did seem that that was sort of what the game was trying to direct us toward, because I don't think we did anything to change which quest we had as our active one, and it was saying that we should have used the other one. At least that's what it defaulted to, basically. So, maybe they are truly chronological, even if it looks like you can do them simultaneously. In that case, let's just swap over from this to this. This time I do think we're going to want to travel back to, well, maybe we don't need to travel back to Hierarch Square. That's another one that we could just walk our way over to. Kick the sign. How dare you. And it is still in a very similar location, so we may not have even needed to double back at all. But either way. Oh, or maybe both those things were actually down below? Because we are elevated at the moment. We go here. Does that change things? Because it kind of looks like it. Okay. Oh. Yeah, this was a dramatic looking place before. Let's just check for a second if we were to swap back over, if we really wanted to do this one instead. This might still be doable. We go here, or okay. Either way, I think we end up going through this area, and we'll knock on the door, and people will supposedly be awfully suspicious of us. I'm sure this couldn't possibly go wrong, right? What's the worst that could happen? It's not like they've captured one of our dearest friends, who's basically defenseless.
What's the fuss? The bathhouse is closed.
Need to talk to the owner. I know he's here.
I'm not sure that matters, as he's terribly busy.
Either way, we're not going to come across as a goody two-shoes here. I think it's pretty unlikely they're not going to want to speak to us. So, not that goody two-shoes is the type of person that a crime lord would want to speak to, but you know what I mean.
Busy? With what?
This one's nosy.
Getting important guests.
In that case, tell him there's another one at the door. Geralt of Rivia. And I'm not leaving till I see him.
Did a name mean something to them?
Please wait.
Okay. Give it a shot. 3 hours later.
Siguruvin cordially invites you to join him. I'm happy.
Okay.
The meeting is in the baths. We will pass through the dressing room so you can leave your clothes.
Let's go.
Yeah, we'll pass on that one. Thanks. Okay.
You make this rope here. Your equipment will be safe.
Will it, though? Hold on. So, this one... Get undressed, put your clothing in the dresser. Yeah, I'm thinking these two are going to be basically one and the same. They're listed as two things right now, but functionally, they're more or less the same. If I take this from right in front of you, are you going to care? Let's assert our dominance here. Yeah, that's right, I'm taking your Han fiber. What are you going to do about it, huh? I'll even stare at you as we do it. Huh? Huh? Go on. Stop me. I dare you. I dare you. I'll take it all. Don't care. Can't be bothered. That door's locked. We'll kick it. It'll open one day. Oh, that one actually does open. Okay. Oh, that's the one that we came through. That, I suppose, makes sense. Okay. So, also, as a forewarning, what with us going in a bathhouse, not sure what I'm going to end up doing with this on YouTube, but there is certainly a non-zero chance that a reasonable, if not very large chunk of this might end up getting blurred, so just heads up for that. And yeah, I suppose we're going here and we're actually getting rid of all of our equipment. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong, right? What could possibly go wrong? Okay, at least he has a bath towel on. I appreciate that.
Siguruvin waits in the next
Please
room.
don't say splendid under these set of circumstances. That is, you know, not the time and place. This is not it. Okay, so still question, follow him? Okay.
Go fuck your mum's tits.
You were right. She doesn't blush.
Okay, I mean, we can take more of the herbs, yes, but I don't think there's much else in... Well, I mean, there could be. But... Quick glance. Not much. Okay. In here, I suppose? Hello?
Yes.
Where we're going? We loot this stuff? No? Okay. I suppose we head in, and you know, we probably should save. No inventory at all. We're just not even allowed to access it. It doesn't exist. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Is that? For a second, that looked like,
Easy,
Zoltan.
Cleaver. Orson Jr.'s a dead man.
Cleaver.
I had my
We've heard that name
scribe
before.
send you a notice.
You don't have a scribe. And we'll eliminate Junior when, and only when, all
Oh,
of
that's
us
the King of
say
Beggars.
aye.
Alright, looks like we got quite a meeting going on here.
Guest.
Hey guys, what's up?
Why the fuck you
Totally
let him in
expected
here?
to see all you here.
Because I want to talk to him. This is Geralt of Rivia.
Good to see you again.
As always,
I
a man
thought we weren't going to talk about that previous meeting.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, so let's maybe not immediately make enemies. That's probably a bad idea when there are three of the most powerful people in this city standing right next to us and we are completely unarmed and potentially surrounded. So, how about we just let Siggy think that he's in charge of this situation, because I think as soon as we have him on his back foot, he's going to get all defensive and things are not going to go well if that happens. So remember, we're trying to not be suspicious. So yeah, Ziggy, why don't you introduce us?
Think I'll let your host introduce me.
He's a witcher. The very one who first foiled an attempt on Foltest's life and then killed that monarch.
Well,
Allegedly.
yeah,
But
allegedly.
I didn't kill Foltest. And hello to you too, Dijkstra, Reuven, whatever they call you these days.
Last we met, Geralt thrashed me silly and crushed my ankle.
Oh,
I really
we
wonder
did.
what he's got in store this time.
I mean, yeah, of course we did. I mean, do we want to talk about
Got
that?
intruders. Someone just snuck inside the bathhouse. Several men.
What the fuck's he on about? Plowing fortune teller?
Assassins!
Oh, dear. Oh, what? Don't slap the patrons.
I fucking knew it.
Any weapons tucked away?
Just a few.
Yeah, you could say that. Dibs on the sword. Oh, what do we get? The mace? Not cool, man. King of Beggars gets a sword.
With my prick hanging out.
What did he do to deserve that? Okay, what? What are his own henchmen doing here? Also, wow, that hurt. I suppose that's what happens when we don't have any armor, but still. We use signs right now? Not sure we can. Is that our guy or not our guy? I think that's our guy. Can we shoot stuff? Ah, almost. Kinda, sorta? There's still one more. Hello, amigo. Like, how dare you block us like that? Wait, we're technically on really low HP, so like, don't do that. Oh, there's more waves? Okay. Quest updated, yes. Care to explain why your own men seem to have been attacking us there? Or is that a different group
Terribly
altogether?
sorry for that incident. My security failed. I'll get to the bottom of who, why, and how. They were whoreson scum. That's the bottom of who and how right there.
Don't start that again. Especially not in front of our guest.
Isn't that Siggy's group, though?
Who
Or is that
priced
the
in right
fourth
before
group
they
that we
attacked?
are not currently meeting with? The only one
Coincidence?
who's not here.
Why do I doubt it? Let's give him a chance to explain.
Yeah, the timing was not great. Did not exactly do us any favors with the assassins showing up right as we arrived.
Not gonna introduce me to your friends?
Good thing Happen's not here. He tanned the hide on my ass for being so rude. Francis Bedlam, you know, but then who's not heard of this patron of the fine arts and supporter of entrepreneurs of limited initial means?
You could call it that. Okay,
And the dwarf's
clever.
Carlo Veres, known also as Cleaver. Carlo's in entertainment, mostly.
Okay. Not entirely sure what that means, but okay. Yeah, so I thought you were that person, but are you the... We have Cleaver, he's the leader of one of the groups. King of Beggars, leader of the second. Thought Siggy is not. Horson is the fourth and Siggy is the third. I don't know. I'm losing track of him.
I'm looking for Horson Jr.
Interesting. What do you want with him?
I mean, it would make sense if that was actually the fourth person, because otherwise why would Siggy's own people be attacking him? That must be the case, right? So, personal matter. So we remember, fly under the radar here. Personal matter. It's going to help me find someone. I mean, this is going to sound awfully suspicious, because we're super suspicious right now, so if we're all hiding the details, then they're going to be like, okay, well, clearly we can't trust Geralt at all. And this is, of course, divulging a little more information than we would like, but I think that pretty often crime lords are going to be looking for someone. Don't think that's too out of the ordinary, so I think this will be something that will
Junior's
work.
gonna help me find someone.
Horson's not helped a soul in all his miserable life.
I'll ask him nicely.
See, Cleaver? Perhaps if you'd not called Junior an uncle fucker and asked him nicely, he'd have showed up today. Gentlemen, you out of your fucking minds? A chat session? Horson's out to get us, and he'll succeed eventually. We've got to kill him first. So by all means, you sit here, soak, fart, and watch the bubbles rise, while I send my boys to Horson's hidey holes. They'll make some noise, flush the bugger out. And you, geriatric, or whatever your ploughing name is, want to find Horson? Find me first.
Oh, okay. So it might end up being a little bit of a race between us and Cleaver, trying to get to Horson first, because otherwise sounds like Cleaver's just gonna kill him. And we probably don't want that to happen, because otherwise we'll have it difficult to get that information out of him, of course. But, yeah. Where? Where do we find him?
Any clue on Junior's whereabouts? Be grateful for any lead.
Siggy? It's worth a try. Geralt's got a knack for finding people, and he's discreet, a value in itself.
Okay. Looks like we're on their good
Leave
side.
you to it then.
I'll, look in on you tomorrow, Francis. Finish our talk.
So how about
Crazy.
we get dressed?
Sure. Then we'll talk.
Yeah, maybe
In
don't
private.
look in on someone when they're wearing just a bath towel, but whatever
Right
floats
mess
your boat,
that
man.
was. Never thought I'd be glad to see the man responsible for my taking frequent baths.
If you're any cleaner for it, gotta say it was worth breaking your ankle.
You're taking
Hey,
lots of baths
boy,
because we broke
can
your
you
ankle?
believe it?
What?
I must soak it in hot water at least 6 times a day now.
Okay, gotcha.
Failing that, it bloody pounds like the bells of Beauclair at dawn.
Okay, sorry, I also don't really know what the reasoning was. I mean, you are a crime lord and we are a witcher, so presumably it had something to do with us having a job that involved taking you or your people out?
Sorry to hear that.
You're sorry? Well, consider it resolved then.
I
Now,
don't know what
my
else we
showing
were
some
supposed
added
to say, right?
compassion could mean a miraculous recovery to me.
Listen, Reuven. No, Dijkstra. Just not in the mood for your code names, passwords, and other bullshit.
Okay.
I'm here on specific business. If you want to listen, listen. If not, I'd rather you spared me your wit and threw me out now.
What's the harm? Talk.
Yeah, just give it to him straight.
We'll find Horson.
He might not. But he'll burn down half the city trying.
Oh, no.
What waste. Leave him to it, I say. Work alone.
Any ideas?
Junior's got areas of the city where he's strong. Penetrate them, look around. But be discreet. None of this speed and fury and swinging your steel cock about.
We gotta be secret agent here. What else, though?
Pretty clear you and Bedlam don't want a war with Junior. Why?
But Cleaver does. What
Let
gives?
me tell you what I told King Vizimir time and time again. War doesn't solve any problems. It breeds trouble. Trouble you then have to solve by other means. Make no mistake, someone's behind Horson's actions. I'll not end him until I know who.
Okay, so he doesn't want all-out war. Presumably, Crime Lords, things are going pretty well for you right now. The city is pretty much run by you guys. So to shake things up a little bit would be maybe not in your best interest, and a war would potentially do that. So I could see how you would rather maintain the status quo and not try to take one of those guys out until you know exactly who's behind his attacks.
Your partner's aware of your past? They know you're Sigismund Dijkstra, former head of Redanian intelligence?
Oh!
Cleaver, Bedlam, and Junior. Well, I'd call them my partners if we'd built a mill to grind flour for the folk of nearby hamlets.
That's not
Just
exactly
need
your
to
line of
stay
business.
out of each other's ways. Agree from time to time. That doesn't make us partners.
That sounds an awful lot
You
like
know
your
who I
partners.
am. Was. Bedlam, sure. The others most likely suspect. But we just don't talk about it. No need to.
Okay. So yeah, you were saying that we should target the specific areas or even buildings, establishments that this guy owns and runs. Where is that exactly? We've seen a bit of his people. I mean, I think all the other people's I don't know what you want to call them, troops. We've seen them walking around, but they haven't attacked us, whereas Horson's have. They definitely have. We've seen that on a few occasions. Obviously, that's what just happened now.
Makes sense to ask around, I guess. Junior might be in hiding, but he's got to be collecting income. Couldn't afford to cut himself off.
Gambling. That's his big earner.
Okay.
Junior controls the largest casino in town. I'll never forget. Hierarch Hemmelfart raised all kinds of hallowed hell there once. Bug a bet and lost his ruby ring. Then there's the arena in the city's bowels. Betting scheme generates near as much as the casino. They're always looking for hired muscle there. Suppose you could always search Horson's house, though I doubt you'll find him there. Maybe some clue, though.
Okay. So where do we find these places? And remember, the objective is not to get into fights. We're still trying to be discreet about this, so in some ways, I would say the house sounds like that's the least likely to directly involve conflict, but at the same time, I mean, it's not like he's going to have his house unguarded. Even if he's not hanging out there, he's not just going to leave his house without any sorts of troops stationed there, right?
Where's Junior's casino?
Near the Temple Watch Towers. Horson's got naught to do with the casino officially, so careful what you say.
Okay.
Try not to arouse any
Don't
suspicions.
outright state that we know he's affiliated with the casino. Gotcha. It's probably good rule of thumb. Don't mention him by name anywhere. Or, don't say that we're trying to investigate him. That's a pretty surefire way for people to figure us out. Hopefully we
Arena
remember
sounds
that.
promising. Where's that?
Sewers beneath Gildorf.
Oh.
But you'll have to enter through the bits. Endure the stench of poverty on the way.
Ugh, poverty.
Now, Junior loves a good
That's
find.
the king of beggar stuff,
Wager
not
you give
mine.
a lot to see a real Witcher in action.
That was a joke. As for the house.
Mentioned Horson's got a house. Where is it?
Solid townhouse on Temple Isle, just on the other side of the bridge. Wouldn't wager me knickers on finding him there. Junior's not that stupid.
Okay, that makes sense. So let's go track him down. I do wonder, it sounds like if we had gone a slightly different route, we might have been able to basically partner with Cleaver. Because as you can see here, we're partnering with Siggy, or unofficially, kind of, sort of. Well, let's just say he wouldn't use the word partner, of course. But we are coming to a mutual agreement with Siggy here, whereas we might have been able to do that with Cleaver earlier. Siggy seems like he's more thinking that espionage is the way to go, whereas Cleaver might be more the sort of get in there, beat some people up type of approach. So, interesting. We'll see how this plays
See if
out
I
for
can't
us.
find Horson at the casino or the arena. Might talk to Cleaver as well, though.
Do what you will. Just be cautious. Horson's expecting payback, I've no doubt.
Thanks for your help, Dijkstra.
Understandable.
Just go, Witcher. And if you can't find the slimy bastard, come and see me. I know him well. might figure something out.
Oh, I just realized, as he's offering to play Gwent with us, I just realized he's our spy that we have in our Gwent deck for Northern Realms, is he not? Interesting. Okay, so... tempting, but we're supposed to be discreet about this. I mean, we do seemingly kind of have him in our good graces at the moment, so maybe it's okay at this point to start to ask him more directly about Dandelion, but I'm hesitant to do so. But we could also go the Gwent route. Oh, or all this other stuff is also still new. Master Spy to Master Criminal. He was a spy back for Dania. Okay. Yeah,
From
what?
Master Spy to Master Criminal.
That must have a story behind it, right?
Why? Truth be told, they're awfully similar. Both about maintaining a net of informers, being tough in negotiations, bribing officials, the occasional assassination. Same old shit.
Yeah, except you used to do that in the name of some ideal. And now?
Now I've decided I've slaved enough for ideals. It's time I worked for myself, and thus far, it's been going rather well.
If I do say so myself. So in the past, we've said that these little side conversations don't really amount to anything, although I did just, of course, hear the quest update sound. I heard that mid-conversation with him earlier, but of course we can't see what the prompt is for that to see, like, oh, well, are we truly winning him over right now? Because I'd assume that's what's happening. Because it seems like he's opening up quite a bit.
You
Maybe
in
we give this a
contact
shot
with
as well?
Radovid?
See, you're as witty as ever. No, I'm not in contact with him. I'd prefer it remained that way.
Never quite forgave you for conspiring with Philippa Eilhart?
Ah, okay.
Radovid doesn't forgive. Not anything. Not anyone. And especially not the sorceress of the lodge.
Okay. So, like, now we're pushing things a bit. Philippa is, of course, a name that I think we've heard a little bit in The Witcher 3. We've seen her poster around town, but was, of course, rather significant in Witcher 2 a while back.
Philippa
We don't
Eilhart.
really know what happened to
Any
her.
news?
Just good.
Meaning?
After Radovid popped her eyes out, she disappeared without a trace. If I've any luck, she's finally eating dirt.
Something
Thought
tells
you
me
two
that's
were
not the
close.
case.
We were, until Philippa sent assassins after me.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. That's usually a pretty surefire relationship ender. I get that. So, do we try this? I mean, on one hand, we could try to say farewell, then take a quick look at our quest log and see, does it say, oh, well done, you successfully had this guy, basically open up to you and say that he's willing to give you important information. That's wishful thinking, perhaps, but that would be a way of confirming, like, is this a safe question to ask, or would this be blowing our cover? Because I feel like there's a non-zero chance that if we say farewell now, then we might not be able to talk to him again. That's probably not the case, though, so let's do that, and then try checking our log, and then play
was
Gwent
on my way.
afterwards.
Got things to do myself, so
Oh,
long.
please don't actually walk away, though. Hold on, don't actually walk away. Don't do that! I want to check this. This is the part that we... Or basically, is it just this question? Or this quest right here is... Ask him what we were considering asking him mere moments ago. So he knew that shortly before Dandelion disappeared without a trace, Dandelion had been planning to rob this guy right here, one of the most powerful and dangerous men in the North. He would have to inquire about Dandelion's fate without arousing any suspicions. See, that's the thing. Is... We're supposed to do that without arousing any suspicions, and then the prompt, at least, is point blank, what happened to Dandelion? And that's not exactly discreet. So... I'm hesitant to do it for that reason, but obviously at some point, we'll want to make a point to talk to him, so maybe we could do the Gwent now. Let's get Junior updating there, and he's still here. New quest, Gangs of Novigrad. Okay, that's presumably the other one. Orders of Zeracania, we've also read that. I mean, This guy's well-learned. Well-read, at the very least. Yeah, that's an impressive library you got here, buddy.
Got him.
Okay.
I
At the
do.
very least.
What do you want?
At the very least, we could play at Gwent, but let's... What I'm wondering is, if we were to delay a little bit longer and perhaps find more information from tracking down Horson, might we then be able to ask some of these other more minor questions and just more subtly lead into this one? Because, yeah, know what happened to Dandelion is just... This is not discreet at all, so I'm hesitant to do that. So maybe we come back to you
Tamo's on my way.
on a later
Things to do
occasion
myself. So long.
when we have a little bit more information, other things to talk to you about. Okay, he's still here. What's up? Okay, he's sleeping. We go back over. Oh, this is the way out. Okay. I'm kind of curious if there's anything else we can do in this area, though. I assume that everyone has left now that, well, there was assassination attempt. Can we? Or this is your place, yes. But can we go through here anymore? Maybe not. Here we go. Okay. Now we can look more thoroughly as to whether there's anything in here. What is the deal there? Huh? I would like to examine this, yes, but if you let me. But you really don't want to let me. Yeah, I'm pressing the examine button. Pressing it. Well, we're not able to examine this, but for all I know, that's an extremely important clue. I have no idea. Maybe that's exactly the thing we're looking for, giving us some inside information. We've seen heavy maces before. We've definitely seen normal maces. I don't know. Normally the maces were junk. Maybe that's still the case here. Maybe it isn't. At the very least, there's a lot of Han fiber. I can tell you that much. Can we examine something in here? No. That is strange that there's just one place to examine stuff, or at least one that we've seen thus far. Have you ever considered perhaps getting an interior decorator? Say, someone with interest in something other than Han fiber. Just think that maybe you could, open yourself up a little bit to the alternatives. Other potted plants. Yeah, just a tip. Not saying you need to do it. Just a suggestion. Take it or leave it. Here. That looks weird. Okay. Strange. This is where the big bad guy meeting was happening. Anything in here? Really does seem like there's only one of those pools, those baths, that had any additional information or examinable things in it. Makes me suspicious. I don't know what kind of information we would have gotten from it. Okay. Based on who was over here earlier, I can only guess as to whose clothing that might be. Which raises additional concerns and questions. Like in this tub as well? Anything at all to examine? Doesn't seem like it, except now we're the ones breaking ankles for ourselves. Back out, yeah? I don't know. Odd. It's just this. Where is the actual thing that we're trying to examine? It looks like it's in the tub. Maybe it's not in the tub, but wherever it is, we can't actually examine it, it seems. So I suppose we'll have to come back to it, and if it is important, then, well, hopefully we'll be able to in the future. Okay, so let's head out in that case. And we will have to pick which one of those areas we want to go to next. And I'm half expecting to find one of his men trying to track us down, cut us off, and then we'll have to play it cool and be like, oh no, we're not trying to seek you out. Don't worry about it. No. Totally not a thing. But what do we do now? How do we put them off our trail? So what do we want to do first? I think... do we go all high roller into the casino? That was the place where they said, make sure... Where they specifically said, make sure that you don't mention Junior's name. So I'm thinking, maybe we do that while that's fresh in our memory. Make sure that we don't do that, because otherwise, the longer we wait, more risk that becomes. Okay, so these are the two of the three locations. One of them was up here. Yeah. This is his house, I think they were saying. This must be the fight club. I mean, what? No, we don't talk about that. And this will be the casino, based on how this has the circle around it, or the additional circle around it. So let's do that one next. I think we'll maybe beam ourselves up to the Oxenfurt Gate. Which means, well, actually, probably walking. Yep. Once again, wrong menu. Walking to this spot here, and then, I mean, it's pretty close in terms of distance traveled, but sure. We do actually need to go up first, I believe. Yeah, but it's just right up here. It's the one we went to before. Part of me was tempted to see if we could take that and just run for it.
There's a witcher, right?
Take the teleporter and say, well, you'll never catch us. Because I'm sure that would never be suspicious, going into their casino like that. So, we do this. And then we head... I mean, we can take a little bit of stuff here if we really want to. But white myrtle isn't exactly rare. Nor is honeysuckle, really. We'll head in now. And yeah, we did see a place around here before where we saw a lot of guards of some sort. This must be it, right? It's either here or actually around the other way. Approaching from the other side. I remember seeing a lot of people who were wearing masks. Standing in front of the door, and we were like, what's the deal there? That seems odd. Like you? They're henchmen. Oh, you said Junior's people raided the Grove. That being the King of Beggars area. Also, good to know. Also tempting to take this. There are guards over there. But they didn't see us.
This is no place for the likes of you.
Is that so, though? I mean, we are actually the world's best gambler, so try again.
Why are you even here?
Same reason anyone comes here. Play a bit, have a good time.
Don't mention
Invite
Junior.
only,
I mean,
mate.
what?
Shit out of luck.
Who's Junior? I don't know what you're talking about. Mind control. When in doubt.
I think you're about to let me in.
By all means, please.
And
why, thank you.
Wish me luck.
Luck be with you at the tables.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay. So, once again, I'm thinking probably not a bad idea to drop a quick save. Then we could chat it up, yes, but might want to stay kind of tight-lipped around here. I could try looking this up, but I feel like probably could get us into trouble here. I know generally speaking people don't get mad at us for looting inside of buildings, but this might be an exception to that rule. Gaming Salon number 1. Current month outlays 38,000 crowns, overhead 5,000, organizational taxes about 4,000, debtors Count Tybalt 1,200 crowns, payment deadline end of the month, non-negotiable. Sasha, just looking for familiar names here, about 1,000 crowns, payment deadline middle of next month. 2-week extension possible with a rate increase of 35%. That's ginormous. Phineas, 5,000 crowns. Payment late, last warning. Bernard Tull, debt repaid. Patrick Hazelnut, warning issued. Collection procedures initiated. That doesn't sound good. Probably means some armed people are headed your way, Patrick. So yeah, I don't recognize any of those names, but maybe on some future occasion we might. We could talk to the dealer. We talk to random hench people. Maybe. We just continue to loot stuff.
Another word out of you and I'll take you upstairs.
Maybe. Oh. Can we just chill here and eavesdrop on other people? That might also work. I don't know if we'll get any meaningful information out of that. Sometimes that happens. There was some stuff over here, though. I thought, yeah. You thought I wouldn't go this far to loot that stuff. Think again. Okay, so the dealer, I'm guessing, is probably the main person we're supposed to speak to here. Then we'll get into an actual, or we might get into an actual game, I don't know.
Is it in case the first one breaks? Smart.
Yeah, it's just for durability reasons. Totally.
Go fuck your mum's tits.
You know what? Okay, maybe we won't converse with you then. You guys look like you know what you're doing here. But just because you're regulars?
Don't
Perhaps.
bother, yes.
Okay, so we can speak to the dealer, yes. One of those people was threatening to bring someone else upstairs, which suggests that maybe stuff happens upstairs, so might be jumping the gun a little bit. Going up here first. You look important. Player. Oh?
Cards lining up today?
Didn't talk to the dealer yet? What is your deal?
What the hell's a witcher doing here? See any drowned dead or other shitsuds around here?
So don't do this. Don't let people know that we're looking for the owner. We're just trying to play.
Nope,
Maybe we'll talk
no
to the dealer
monsters. Great
after.
opportunity to play some cards.
Clever man, eh? All right, we'll play, provided you've coin.
I do.
This table. They've got the best powder in the city right here.
Is that
Just
so?
wanna play.
At some point I would like to play, but at the same time, I feel like we might want to scout out the area a little bit beforehand. I'm assuming we can go back to you.
Sober up, then we'll play.
Oh, that never happens.
Later then, maybe. We'll talk to you. Assuming you are still available. Just want to get a better sense as to who we're dealing with here. Peasants, other players. Okay, we might be able to play all the players. I honestly don't know.
To quit the table.
Regulars.
Come.
But darling, it's your lucky day.
Rich townswoman. Okay. Who are you? Also regular?
Yeah.
And we can theoretically go up further. I would suspect that, well, if Junior is in here, he's probably up at the top. Where it's a little more private, that is absolutely blood. So, as we might have suspected, yes, it does appear as though this is maybe where they take the people who, you know, ask about the whereabouts of the owner. That looks like an extremely good sword, though, so let's check that out in just a second. Once we looted this other stuff as well. Yeah, I'm thinking the guy we're looking for could very well be on the other side of this door, but we probably want to get information out of the players first, yeah. And it even says, over here, play cards with the casino guests. So that is definitely what we're going to want to do. Let's check that sword before we forget. And we did pick up some other junk stuff, but that's just going to get resold like this heavy mace. The one we just picked up, though, was... what? This. It's a steel sword. It does have a little bit less damage. It's level 12 rather than level 13, which is probably why. It does give some sign intensity. Reasonable chance to stagger as well. If we wanted to go more of a direct sign route, then theoretically you could make the case for using this. But I think more often than not, we're probably going to want damage, direct damage, on our steel sword, so we'll probably stick with the wolf. It is, at the very least, very valuable, though, so we could resell it for a decent price.